crafty.
What we're going to do today is show you how to decorate your dining room table with fall pumpkins. We have Shari Petrucci from the Western Mass Master Gardeners Association here to show us how. This is adorable.
Look at what you've done.
Yes, these are beautiful. I love these. They last such a long time. You can put them on your dining room table through October, November, December. They do last quite a long time because we're not hollowing them out. This is a whole pumpkin.
Oh, okay.
Never been cut or prickled or anything. And the first thing that you do is spray the adhesive spray right on top of the pumpkin. You want a pumpkin that's sort of concave or flat on the top.
Right, you don't want it to be too round, that would be hard to work
and
with.
the pumpkins come in all types of colors and different shapes, so have fun with it. You don't have to be perfectly
actually
round.
looks fake because it's so...
I know, this one is so perfect
Pretty,
looking, it looks plastic, but it's a real pumpkin, trust me,
And
you
this
had to
one's
carry
amazing.
it.
I didn't know they came in white too. It's a good looking pumpkin.
They do, they come in all different colors and textures, and they're absolutely beautiful. But the first thing you do is use some spray adhesive. You spray the top of the pumpkin, and you would get about 1.5 to 1 inch of the moss attached to your pumpkin. Just pack it on.
Now, I imagine you can get all this moss and
it's everywhere.
Craft stores,
Any
all that
craft
good
store,
stuff.
absolutely. And I'm using sphagnum moss, but you can also mix it with a little bit of dried, you know, just regular moss.
Good old-fashioned moss.
Yeah, and you just break it up. And I like to mix it because it adds more texture and color and everything like that. And what you do is, before you start adding your plants, you want to make sure you have clean cuttings. As you can see, these are not planted in any pot. These are cuttings that I got from the Irwin family in San Diego. I ordered from them. They're called the Succulent Source, and they have beautiful plants.
So these are all in the succulent family?
These are succulents, and these are a combination of sempervivums and echevera.
What is a succulent? What are their defining characteristics?
Succulents are plants that are very efficient at storing water in their leaves.
Okay. And that's why they're kind of, not mushy is not the right word, but they have some give to them. Yeah.
Yeah, because they grow in climates that are very arid, that have very little rainfall. So there's cactus, aloe vera, and again, the sempervivum and the echevera. They're absolutely wonderful. They don't need a lot of water, so they don't need a lot of maintenance. They just need light. And they do need something to grow into, because these do have roots on the bottom. That will form eventually, yes. But when you get them, there's no roots. So what I did was, you can use, it's not hot for camera purposes, but you would wrap a little bit of hot glue once your moss is on, and you start with the larger pieces, and you just start tucking them in and holding them until it sets.
And now, because you're utilizing glue, I saw you said you want to glue around. You don't want to glue the bottom.
Yeah,
I don't.
you know, I want to give a space so the roots have a place to go. I don't want to damage the plants too much. They don't necessarily like the hot glue, but they will heal and adapt. Then you do your taller pieces in the middle, clump them together, pack them tightly. I did send you instructions that I found that were very easy to follow from another article. Yeah, they'll be on the website. And you tuck them in. And then you can even add things like acorns and nuts and things like that. I have to give it a real fall look.
Right there.
You don't want these near heat or right next to the window. These will, you want to keep them from rotting, but they do need some light, some regular air, just bright light in a room, so you hopefully you have a window. If not, put them on an end table or something like that. They don't have to be used just as a table setting. They can be anywhere. And they make absolutely wonderful gifts too around the holidays. They do.
Halloween party, Thanksgiving parties, bring them on over.
Yeah. Now, these do need watering, and normally these plants don't like to get wet or stay wet. But you spray the moss. Just take your spray bottle and go in between and spray the moss so there is some moisture.
How often would you want to do something like that?
I like to wait for them to tell me when it's time, because they really like to be dry. And usually you see that the leaves will either start to lean or give way, or maybe a little bit of wrinkling going on in some of the bigger leaves. But
so once the leaves aren't as picture perfect as they normally are, that's when you swoop in there.
You want them to be very firm and very stiff. And once they start to feel a little limpy, not wimpy, excuse me, but limp.
Wimpy leaves.
Yeah, you just spray in the moss, and then if to make sure there's no water collecting underneath, because it's a flatter concave, you would just tip it to make and see if there's any excess water. It will come out.
But it does seem like it's very low maintenance. It lasts a long time.
Yep.
It's really inexpensive, and it's beautiful. So there's a lot of benefits to making
And to
this.
help preserve the pumpkin indoors while you're doing this, you want to sit them on a little bit of a
piece of
cardboard, because that breaks the contact between the porcelain and you know,
And
the
Just like
pumpkin.
so.
You can trim the edges and fringe them to make it look pretty, or trim it down so it hides. But this way, it absorbs any moisture, and that helps keep the life of your pumpkin.
Shari, this is
Yeah.
so cute, and you can
Aren't
even add
they
a little
cute?
scarecrow.
You can
Thanks
add
so much.
anything you want. Thanks for having me.
Are you kidding?
This is a
love
great,
this.
a great fun project.
And a
yeah.
detailed list of instructions is on our website.